Okay, positive energy from the universe only. We're going to be doing Gemini, and we're going to be doing the energy of January and how that's going to transform into February. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Already pre shuffled and saged. So just a small shuffle here. And positive energy for Gemini. Positive energy from the universe from Gemini. Judgment. Okay. Oh, oh, okay. Eight of Wands. Hmm. Eight of Swords. Okay, so we got Judgment here for your 3D energy, Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. So maybe you feel like you made a hasty judgment that put you sort of in a bind. Bottom of the deck energy, Set of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Hierophant in reverse. Gemini. Okay. Air. Okay. And the Hierophant overall energy of the reading, Hierophant in reverse. So what I'm getting here is you had to make a judgment. Maybe you felt like you had to make it really quickly, or you quickly feeling the results of the judgment and it's put you in a bind. Here, maybe because of that bind, you're really reflecting on your legacy. You're reflecting on what you accomplished in life here in the 3D. And Knight of Pentacles, maybe under the Eight of Wands, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And it's like you were able to, so you have movement here with the Eight of Wands. That's why I said maybe you made a quick decision, but it also came with some type of reward. Now all that glitters is in gold. And then here you are, Six of Pentacles. You're still willing to give. So whether this is like, because you got all Pentacles here at the bottom in your 5D. So whether this is like your abundance, whether this is physical like money or any monetary value, or like family life, or whatever you consider to be valuable in the 3D, this is what we're dealing with, and you're sort of reflecting on it. You've gotten some type of reward from it, not a big reward, but well enough. And it's made you giving. Now what you're giving, that's, how it resonates to you. But it's like, despite you being in a bind, you're still willing to give. You still haven't like lost your tenacity to be a good giving person. Maybe it doesn't say someone used you. It's just saying that for some reason you feel like you have to keep giving, even though it might not be in your best interest. Okay, and the Hierophant in reverse, breaking away from tradition, maybe breaking from a contract. Could be going through a divorce. Maybe that's your situation, but I don't have any romantic vibes so far. But we can go ahead and ask for clarity. If this is for work, maybe you had to make some hasty decisions at work. If you were like a boss and you had to promote somebody, and you had to make a hasty decision on it, but you feel like maybe the person you hired wasn't everything you thought. Um, so maybe they are adding to the company, but maybe you're willing to give and help them grow to get them to where you need them to be. Ego. Okay. I can see how ego can connect to this, but I don't know if it's you or them. Only you. I don't know if it's you or them. Only you. So ego, and it's only you. Focus on just you observing, watching you. There's no one like you. Denial. Hmm. And deja vu. Okay. So I'm not getting any like story or anything like that, but someone has an ego. It's only you. Denial and deja vu. So when I see deja vu, it's like deja vu. What should I do, or what do you? What should you do? We shouldn't do that. What should you do? Okay, so this is your moment to start, take a pause and to think about, like you are here. This is exactly what you're doing in Seven of Pentacles. So you made a hasty decision, and you're taking a pause, or you need to take a pause and think about what you need to do. Okay, so that's like when you have that deja vu feeling, like you have a feeling that like it says repeated patterns, like you've been here before, or you've done this, or you're stuck in some type of cycle, and you know there needs to be a change. This is your opportunity, when you got that feeling of deja vu, to stop and think and see how you can change your outcome, or see how you can break the cycle. So maybe you made a hasty decision on something, and it's kind of got you in a bind. It might even have you stuck in a cycle, heavy on mentally, because we got the Eight of Swords here. So this is really mentally got you in your feels. Denial. So you could be in denial that this decision had put you in a bind. Now it says, now I said ego. I don't know who it is, and then I got only you. So either you have, I don't know if you have the ego. Now you might have the ego where you have a hard time turning people down. Okay, you like when people come to you. You like when people ask you for something. You like being that go-to person. So that could be it. Okay, but it's like saying you need to recognize how you need to stop that. Air signs can definitely be that go-to person that everyone goes to, because air signs can be very reliable, um, in that way, especially like if they're mature, if they've done their shadow work, they definitely like to give, especially like I feel like Libras, not too heavy on Aquarius in my opinion, but I hear that they do, but I don't really know from personal experiences. But I do know Libras and Gemini are very giving. And remember, this is just sun sign. But maybe you need to stop and look to see if your giving cycle is hindering you, and how to have boundaries. Um, how will this energy transform into? How will this energy transform? And maybe that's breaking in tradition. Maybe you grew up in a family where they're very giving, to a point where there weren't any boundaries. I'm not sure on that part, but let's not forget that the overall energy of the read is going to be the Hierophant in reverse, and it could be even your traditions, your values. Maybe you feel like no matter what, you're going to help somebody. You're not going to let anyone down, but that's a good motto. But you also need to add, you're going to help somebody no matter what, as long as it doesn't hurt you. Okay, because two people hurt really don't make no sense. Doesn't make any sense. Don't know why I got a little off kilter. Okay. How will this energy transform into February? So what I'm getting here, King of Cups in the upright, you're going to learn how to, I think what you're going to do is you're going to learn your boundaries, and it's going to put you in an emotionally balanced state. Um hmm. I don't get that this is a person exactly. I just think that you're going to learn your boundaries, and you're going to know how to get, you're going to reach an emotional state. by February. You're gonna reach an emotionally balanced state by February. Because with that King of Cups in the upright, it's like you finally mastered something. Um, don't know why or how you will finally master it. I think that's really up to you. I think whatever you're going through, you're just gonna learn through the hard knocks. Like you're gonna learn the hard way, probably. Or someone could just give you some good advice. That is pretty straightforward. I don't think I need to ask who this is because you know who this is. You know who you gave to um that broke the bank. And it doesn't really, it's not even really focused on the person that broke the bank. It's focused on how you let that person break the bank. Um Very straightforward reading. Eh, I'm gonna have any more messages for Gemini. I cannot force any messages. But let's go see if there's any other messages for you. I am gonna do some Venus signs messages, so not now, but clearly because I don't know your Venus sign. But if you felt like this was short, look out for the Venus signs soon for February. Okay, positive energy only. Any last messages before I close this read for Gemini? Any last message before I close this message for Gemini? Any last message before I close this message for Gemini? Okay, you got Goth as the soul, perception, looking or trying to see, and then spying. I think this is about perception. Okay, embarking, um, like continue to keep going. Separation, you might feel some sadness, and establishing contact. I don't know what that is about. You're gonna have to use that to your discretion. I don't know who you need to. That's what when I said like, oh, I don't know how you're going to become emotionally balanced. Maybe I said I feel like you're gonna learn the hard way, or you're gonna talk to somebody. So maybe the person that you talk to, maybe you connect with somebody who can steer you on the path that's gonna bring you this emotional balance. Whatever you gave, like I said, it doesn't have to be money. It could be your abundance. It could be emotional support. Maybe you are really trying to be there for somebody emotionally, but you're going through a lot as well, and you finally going to open up and let them know. You might have to separate from this person for a while if it's a person. Okay. um but that's up to you to use your discernment on what it is. Okay. And thank you, Gemini.